Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're back with another review video of this year's Eurovision national selections, and today we're going to talk about the Irish Eurosong, or the Late Late Show Eurovision special. My name is Ervin, and joining me today for this review video are Joe, Eszter, and Matt. We're going to start with Cody and her song Love Me Like I Do.
The final season hasn't been very long yet, but already we've had a song about someone leaving a trace of DNA on you, and we've had a song about another movement in Lithuania. This song contains the lyric "Only I can please me." It's an interesting route to go down. It's kind of reminds me of "I'm Loving Me" by Rachel Good, but weirdly with a bit less soul and a bit more of an emphasis on the connotation. It was co-written, I had a look, it was co-written by a guy called Richie McCourt, who for British viewers is not half of Dick and Dom. He's a very accomplished songwriter who's written stuff for Will Young and Pixie Lott and Martin Garrix's One Dimension, as I like to call them. Not the first time I'm going to be mentioning them today. I'd say Cody, I mean, she's got a little bit of name recognition, but I still think she's kind of my second bet for sort of the sacrificial lamb of this year's Irish national final to the Eurovision Twitter fans. I think given I don't have a lot of, I'm not really encouraged that this is going to be staged particularly well. I don't really know much about how good a vocal performance can really save what is incidentally just a very simple song with a key change in 2024. We've moved past the need for a key change. I'm sorry, but you don't write horizontally, you write on a computer now. It's just not the same. It is one of my biggest pet peeves, and it's got a nice beat. I don't think it's going to particularly stand out, but yeah, I think really what's going to save her here is maybe her name recognition and the fact that it will be a little bit easier on the late audience than some other songs.
These kind of songs are really close to me, and I think it is something similar for the other song I will review in this video as well, Isabella Kearney's, and I really like, as I said, these type of songs, and I think Ireland would like to get over maybe the boy bands or the flat songs they have sometimes, and I think Cody's song is one that can stand out. Yeah, as I said, it's really catchy, so I think it's a really good. I had a really good time listening this, so I think it's a big shot for the Irish selection for me, I think.
Let's turn that into points. Joe?
Starting off below par, I'm giving this a 4.
Eszter?
It's a 7 for me.
Matt?
I'm going to give it a 7 as well.
I just hope she's going to perform better than I'm Loving Me. I'm going to give it a 6. Next up, we have JyellowL with the song Judas.
So this is my least favourite. Just not a fan of this one at all. For me, it just doesn't really go anywhere. As soon as it started, I just thought, God, I just can't wait for this to end, to be honest. It's there's a lot of talking in it. For me, it's not really a song. It's a sort of song that you'd never really hear at Eurovision, and I didn't enjoy it at all. And out of the 6, this for me was my least favourite. I think if this did go to Eurovision, which I really doubt, I think this could really struggle. If this did go to Eurovision, I think this could be probably Ireland's worst ever result. It's just, I just don't think it's suitable for the contest at all. It just doesn't seem very original. Not a fan of it at all.
Well, I think Ireland coming last in the semi-final has already happened, so it can't get worse than that. When it comes to this song, I think this song is very niche, because if you listen to kind of like rap and hip hop music, and you happen to be watching the Late Late Show on the night, you will vote for this. However, unfortunately, I don't think that many people watching this show will fit into that description, and this song is going to be completely like lost and forgotten. For me personally, like a song of this type has to be like an absolute standout in order for me to like it, and in that case, I'm going to end up loving the song. But it's not the case here. And I just hope that JyellowL is going to get the publicity that he wants and that he needs. But I doubt that this song is going anywhere near the top of the scoreboard. So let's score it out of 10. Matt?
I'm going to give it a 3.
I'll continue with a 4. Joe?
There's a song called Hope by Twister and Faith Evans that I loved as a kid that this really reminds me of, so I got a bit emotional listening to it. I'm going to completely contrast your score and give this an 8.
Esti?
It's a 3 for me.
Next up, we have Next in Line with the song Love Like Us.
This for me, it sounds like a rejected One Direction song. I think the production in it is quite good, but I just found it very generic. I thought, oh God, I've heard this before. But I really worry. I think the people at RT have listened to this and thought, right, that's it. This is our entry this year, and let's give it really good staging. And then all of the other songs they just don't bother with. It's also on the Late Late Show. I can imagine a lot of people voting for this. So I do worry because it's another generic song, and I just think that if this gets chosen again, Ireland are just going to go the same way. It's not going to qualify, and I do really worry. There's also Louis Walsh, who a lot of people are going to know in Ireland, a lot of people in other countries as well. I think he's really going to back this. I can imagine this being in like the Irish newspapers as well, saying, doing like interviews with the act. And yeah, for me, this song, it doesn't really go anywhere. It sounds like something from sort of 10, 15 years ago. And yeah, as I said, I think if Ireland do choose this, which I think they will, I think it's going to really struggle, and it's going to be another non-qualification for Ireland.
Glad you mentioned One Direction again. I'm going to perhaps even be a bit more scathing and say that with the Louis Walsh connection as well, it really reminds me of that sort of period in like the early noughties when like everyone wanted to be Westlife and Boyzone, and you just had like, and they were all managed by like Louis Walsh and Simon Cowell, just all of these bands with just really bad names who had like one song in the chart, like bands called things like Us Five and One True Voice and like, you know, TGI Fridays or something. It was really, a really bad era for music. But yeah, and this just reminds me of all of that. Five, I mean, you know, it's a story as old as time, really. It's five, as in, it's a story as old as about when I was born. It's five fairly talented lads thrown together by Mr. Irish boy band himself and given a song that I had at least hoped would be like one of those good recent Westlife songs, but it really isn't. It's like it really is like it's a knockoff. It's a Wish One Direction song. There's one lyric in particular that really irks me, and I don't know why it does so much, but it's and if I can just find it, you give me chills in 100 degrees. You are Irish, it's 37.8 degrees. How is that hard to understand? I don't know why that's what it's just everything about this annoys me, but it's that one thing that like literally I listened to it on the train and I just went, oh. Like, yeah. Sorry, but yeah.
Aspire was a blast from the past. I forgot they ever existed. Anyways, let's turn this song into points. Matt?
I'm going to give it a 4.
I'll give it a 5. Joe?
Let's just hope Louis Walsh's inevitable stay in the Celebrity Big Brother house means that he can't promote this. I'm giving this a 2.
Esti?
3.
We continue with Isabella Kearney with Let Me Be the Fire. This is by far the best produced song in the entire Irish national selection, but unfortunately it's just so bland. I feel that it doesn't go anywhere and it remains completely unnoticeable, and even if it would be the last song performed in the night, I would instantly forget about it. and go back to one of the songs that were performed prior to her. And because of that, I really hope that Ireland is not going to pick this song for Eurovision, but I hope that Isabella is going to help with the revamp and the production of the song that's actually going to end up winning. So good luck to everyone and good luck to Isabella, but for me, this is the weakest song in this election. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are right that it is a really good quality song, and no problem with it. But yeah, it can be forgotten really easily. And yeah, I usually listen these kind of songs when I want some calm around me. Yeah, so yeah, I really like these kind of songs. It's not as catchy as Erika Cody's song, but yeah, really good quality. But yes, it is blank and it can be forgettable really fast. So yeah, it won't be a good choice for Ireland for my point of view as well. So yeah, that's the most important thing about it. But yeah, it's very good. So no doubt about it.
I'm going to kick the voting for this one off with a 3. Joe?
I'm pleasantly surprised by how on fire higher desire this song is, but yeah, it's too overly produced for me. I'm giving it a 5.
Esti?
5 as well.
Matt?
I'm going to give it a 6.
Second to last, we have Ailsha with Go Tobann.
Every single year we say, Ireland, you need to put a song in Irish in your national final. Like every year since they've, done since TG4, at least since TG4 started doing Junior Eurovision in Ireland, like has been able to showcase this beautiful ancient language that they have in like all its glory. Usually in the case of like a Celtic ballad or something, but this is completely different. And it's absolutely out of left field. It's utterly deranged. It's like somebody strapped an outboard motor to the Dubliners and then slapped an anime opening on it. It's like somebody is like, it's like a concertina's being crushed by death metal pixies. Like you can just use any metaphor in the book. Like there is no way to describe this song. And that's even before you look at the lyrics. Like, so it's part English, part Irish. Basically the premise of the song, if you can make it out, hopefully you'll be able to on the night, is she's forgotten all her Irish, but it's okay because broken Irish is better than clever English, which, is that a comment on the language rule at Eurovision? Is it a comment on minority languages? Whatever it is, the song ends with her saying, "Can I go to the toilet?" 20 times. And if that is not a seal of quality, I don't know what is. Like, Ireland, I love that Ireland has this really, really cool young fan base coming through. Like, hi OGAE Ireland. I love being the oldest member of the group when we meet up. Some really good young Eurofans who are really passionate about Eurovision, and want to send something that really stands out. And the Late Late Show is not the platform for this. The grannies watching are going to have an aneurysm watching this, but I do not care because Ireland is finally competitive at Eurovision, and I'm just really excited, and I want to see Ailsha go to Eurovision.
I didn't look up the lyrics prior to this, but thanks for that, Joe.
It's a pleasure.
So for me, this song is just like a mess, but it's the kind of mess that I really like, because it has this like mix of like very, very hyperactive music, kind of like music that I would imagine in like some type of like video games of sorts. And it's mixed with like Celtic sounds, and in a very weird way it works. And when I was listening to it like for the first time, instantly it made my foot tap to the rhythm, and I was really vibing to it. So for me, that's always a positive. And the only negative that I have about this is that the mix is maybe not done in the best way, as the music is way louder than her voice. And I hope that in that horrible studio where they do the Late Late Show, they're somehow going to manage to fix this. But again, like I'm not sure how it's going to come across live. But yeah, let's see what happens. And if Ireland somehow miraculously chooses this, it would be quite a change for them. I'm not entirely sure they will, but fingers crossed. Out of 10, Joe.
This is getting a solid 9. I love this.
Asti?
5.
Matt?
I'm going to give it a 6.
I'll go with an 8. Last but not least, we have Bambie Thug with Doomsday Blues.
Now this song has something I cannot explain, but yeah, it has something that makes it really unique. And I think if the Irish people or the Irish selection chooses this song, now this is gonna be something very unique. So yeah, it's I think similar like Ailsha's songs. So it's so unique. It has something we cannot explain, but it's kind of good, or we just cannot decide that it's good or bad. But yeah, it's very unique, and I think if it would be chosen, then it would have got a really big fan base, because usually people like these kind of unique songs, and they have a sort of people who like them. So this kind of song can have really big fan base, but it's not my cup of tea actually, so I don't really listen to this kind of music, but this is definitely something but we need to be careful of of the Irish selection, I think.
Yeah, so I agree. I think it's really different, really unique. I think if Bambie was to make it to Eurovision, she's someone that would really stand out. The only thing is I really can't imagine Ireland voting for this, and I just think it's such a shame if Ireland had a good national final with some good staging, with you know, in a different time slot. I think this could do better. And it's got a real mix of different types of music, quite similar to Ailsha. But for me, I think it depends on the live performance. And I just worry because last year on the Late Late Show, so many of the acts seemed to really struggle live. They didn't seem to really have much support, and I do worry. As I was saying earlier, I do think that Next in Line will probably get more support from RTE. But yeah, I think if this did go to Eurovision, it'd be really interesting. And yeah, I think it'd be really nice to see Ireland take a risk. She's very different, very unique, and yeah, it's nice to see Ireland taking a bit of a risk.
Out of 10, Esti?
5.
Matt?
I'm going to give it a 6.
I'll go with a 6 as well. Joe?
It may only be January, but it is never too early for a 10 from Shirley. This is getting a 10.
As you can see, the favorite of the four of us is Ailsha with Go Tobann, who scored 28 points. But she's followed very closely by Bambie Thug in second place, who scored 27. And we have Cody in third place with 24 points. So this was all based on our personal thoughts and opinions, but let's try and predict who's going to win the Irish Eurosong.
So I know, Matt, you were worried about this might be a walkover for Next in Line, but news on the grapevine suggests that Ailsha and Bambie Thug are going up in the odds and they're going down. So, you know, they might be occupying the newspapers and the RTE news coverage, but it's Ailsha and Bambie Thug that are resonating with the young fans. And now that Eurovision's mainstream, I think one of them is going to take it, and I'm going to go for Ailsha.
As for me, I would say that yes, from the two unique songs, or either Ailsha or Bambie Thug, the Ireland will choose Bambie Thug because, yeah, it is the most unique of them all, and I think they will take the risk.
I hope it's Erica. She's my favourite, but yeah, I do think it's going to be Next in Line. I think with RT, I think that their staging is going to be a lot better, and yeah, I really hope it's not them, but.
I think Ireland might do like a Justice for Connolly from last year, and the closest song that I find to that one is by Bambie Thug, so this is why I think that they're going to win. Thank you all for watching. Let us know down in the comment section whether you agree or you maybe disagree with any of our thoughts and opinions, and also let us know who your personal favorites are by going to ESCBubble.com and voting for your favorites in our poll. I want to thank Joe, Esti, and Matt for joining me for this video, and we're going to see you very soon with our next reaction video. Bye, everyone.
See ya. Sláinte.
Bye.
Yeah.